The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it.
Wilson. They'll roll him out right. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Incomplete. Both players were there offensively and defensively, but it falls incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
4th down, and out is the all-pro punter from a year ago, Michael Dixon, to punt for Seattle. Back deep for the Steelers, Ryan Switzer. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. Taken in at the 22. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 37. This is a guy who made a Pro Bowl in his 2nd season, James Conner. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On 2nd down, Conner looking for space. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
On fourth down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
At their own 7-yard line.
Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. The rookie DK Metcalf, the intended receiver, but it'll be second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
3 down. Hey, check. 3 down.
Wilson to throw again. He'll have a first down and more past the 20. 15 yards on the play. First down. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. Here's the second-year man from San Diego State, Rashad Penny. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
One of the surprises of the first round, the Seattle Seahawks selecting running back Rashad Penny out of San Diego State. Highly regarded, but most people thought he would go in the 2nd round.
But he did have an incredible senior year at San Diego State. Over 2,200 yards, 23 touchdowns.
He resembles Marshawn Lynch in build, but has the ability to take it the distance as well. Had 7 kick returns during his career at San Diego State for touchdowns.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Bud Dupree in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
3rd and 9.
Mike, 280. 3 ball. Check. Mike's 50.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. It got his man complete. Taking it right down Broadway. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf, 78 yards. And the Seahawks have taken a first quarter lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Oh, yeah. And here we go again.
Roethlisberger now off the bootleg. And that'll be incomplete. It was Trey Flowers that time who got a hand in and broke it up.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Flush to his right. This one complete, right side to McDonald. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up.
And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Check 55. Down to lose one.
Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
The Steelers take over first and 10.
Let's go.
At their own 9-yard line.
A reminder coming up later tonight, Sunday Night Football, a good one from Atlanta. Eagles and Falcons, 8:20 Eastern. And then tomorrow on Monday Night Football, Odell Beckham back in New York, back in MetLife Stadium. Browns and Jets, 8:15 Eastern on Monday night. Give them a couple on the catch at 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Connor on the toss play. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Well, partner, I have to say they caught him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field. And they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. Roethlisberger. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch at 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 38-yard line.
Here we go. Wide 80. Check. Watch 54. Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Check safety.
On 2nd down now, it's Connor. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Watch the boot. Let's go.
Now the ball comes loose, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 46. Here's Carson, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 44-yard line.
Touch 380. I don't think you got it, son. Slow down. Henry. 55. He's tired of me. He's tired of us.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Bud Dupree picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett, and that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 30 yards.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. A first carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissick. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 30-yard line.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. On 2nd and 12, Wilson. He's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Here's Wilson. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It will be a 51-yard attempt. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the lead moves to 10-zip. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. It's caught inside the 25. A big play. Smith-Schuster on the throw from Big Ben. 53 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
Check, 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 check.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Juju Smith-Schuster the target once again. That'll bring up 2nd down.
At the 22-yard line.
Ready? Black 20. Hey, watch the slant. Check 9, check 9.
Again, it's Roethlisberger. Eluding the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Ben to throw again. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it.
I know some teams are leery about playing cover 2 because the strong safety's not usually a terrific cover guy. But in this case, he played it perfectly. Read the football and went and made the interception.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. The sack by T.J. Watt, or as his mother Connie calls him, Trent Jordan Watt.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
A loss of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. The Seahawks on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 17.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel. 12.
Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on third down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
The Steelers take over first and
Let's go.
at their own 37-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Snickers.
Final play of the half. It's Roethlisberger. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Third quarter starts with a run from Connor. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
Any team that successfully runs a toss play cannot do it with an offensive line that can't move. You've got to have mobile players, especially those tackles, who can move laterally and seal the edge in order for the back to get upfield.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home. 36. Alert. Check 99.
On 1st and 10 is Connor. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Let's go, baby. Help out. Get that ball. Take 4. 25. Check 3. 218. Chop it.
Now a carry here for Orleans Darkwa. Room here to run. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. From the gun, a give to Connor. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
On the Seahawks 5-yard line.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Now Roethlisberger. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And Boswell's kick is good. Boswell signed to a 4-year deal prior to last season, but he struggled a little bit.
Yeah, do you think that they saw 13 of 20 when they signed him to a 4-year deal?
Not at all.
Needs a big bounce back in 2019 if he wants to see the end of that contract.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
All right, D, let's go. All right, D.
They run again with Carson. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
And it brings up 3rd down.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. The Seahawks on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Wilson. From the gun, he'll throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hall. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first. And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. And that's going to leave him with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back.
Right there in the middle, 55. Get that quarterback and all.
On first down, Carson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 2nd and 12, Wilson. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. Boy, tight game like this, 4th quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After the penalty, it's Penny. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. So the solid run on first, and I would imagine no real hurry to run that 2nd down play.
No, it's all in your quarterback now. He's going to keep an eye on the play clock and bleed things down, and he's not going to let the ball be snapped until it's inside 3 seconds left on the play clock. Unless, of course, you're playing a video game, you're trying to run it up on your friend.
Nice touch. Cold-blooded, too. On 2nd down and 4. Wilson, left side complete to Lockett. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They run it with Carson. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
Seahawks, first down.
Switch out, switch out.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Now it's Carson. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
This is Carson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 11 at the Steelers' 17-yard line.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. His throw caught right around the 6. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Mike, move the team. Right there in the middle, 55. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Wilson wants to throw it. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's third and long here. Here's Wilson. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead is now 17-3. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Set! Block 80! 50! Here we go!
Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. And the reception made by Dante Moncrief. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on it and then let him run.
He's got some space. Flushed out right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down. Second and 10 from the 33-yard line.
No spacing.
Now it's Roethlisberger. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Juju Smith-Schuster the target once again. And that'll make it 3rd down.
White 80! 57 to Mike. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey.
Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. Flush to his right. He's going to let it fly. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Charles, I think back to your earlier statement about the visitors being the underdogs, needing to win that turnover battle. And this defense, they forced 2 turnovers so far. Big reason why they lead this game.
Yeah, and I know defenses always talk about getting turnovers in bunches, getting those takeaways. 2's not a bunch, but it's plenty in this game. Exactly the formula they need. And I got to tell you, partner, I like it when you think back to something I said that actually comes true. That's actually right.
That happens more often than you might think.
Hey, check Mike 33. Check Mike. Hey. I 7.
They're going on 4th down. It's Roethlisberger. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it would appear that the Seahawks are going to win this football game.
Move 15. Check 55. Mike. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Carson. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 21-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. So the victory here for Seattle, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Seahawks, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
be in New Orleans. Big Snoop Dogg got a Madden lead. This team is off the hook and you don't really want none, but if you do, come and get some. See, tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world it's Madden territory. Tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn